Decades of work involving many thousands of hours by former city staff and volunteers in the neighborhoods went into the community plans that are being repealed by this plan. The Broadway plan, Kitsilano Neighborhood Plan, Fairview Slopes Policy Plan, Central Broadway Arbutus Neighborhood Policy, Broadway Arbutus, Burrard Slopes, Mount Pleasant Community Plan, et cetera. Why have these plans that are set to be repealed, why are they not posted on the agenda on the website in connection with this? Since it seems to me that these are the precedents that you're overturning.
We could certainly post those plans, but they are all available. All of those plans are available on the planning department's website today.
Yeah, but they're very specifically being overturned by this plan. It
Yes.
seems to me that should have been front and center. Again, this will lead me to the next question. So they're not, and you can make them, so please do. You stated that public engagement was robust. How do you reconcile this statement with the reality that we've been in a pandemic for the last 2 years? And how do hits to a website or touch points constitute robust public engagement, noting that 100,000 Vancouverites participated in City Plan pre-internet?
Well, we do have some very impressive numbers, and it wasn't ideal that we were in COVID. We did, and I'll just run through these numbers again, and I believe thanks to our partners in the media, we've probably had more news stories about this plan in the last couple of weeks than any plan that we've ever had. But we did, in addition to our online engagement, we did have 41 workshops with over 1,400 people. We had 14 open houses. And as you said, we've mailed almost 240,000 postcards. Our social media campaign has reached 1.3 million people. We've spent 68 hours in the office talking to different people and answering the questions, gotten over 11,000 responses to our survey, and over 42,000 visitors to the Shape Your City page. So I think we've done a remarkable job given that we're in COVID.
Really? I guess it's what we consider to be real public engagement, because certainly what I'm hearing is that people do not feel that they've properly been engaged. And frankly, how could they be, given that we've been in a pandemic and lockdown and haven't had the opportunity?
Yes,
So-
section, sorry. there's
This is
point
a
of order.
questions, not a statements.
Yeah.
A section, is it not?
Yeah, we just need the point of
So
order.
the answer is that you think that the online public engagement and having hits to a website is sufficient, and this all taking place during a pandemic when people couldn't be engaged properly, you feel that it is sufficient?
I absolutely do. In fact, I think it is more equitable.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the public think of that. You state that this plan is consistent with the city's policy goals, and the plans that you're citing were predominantly developed during the years of the vision regime. And I would call into question underlying assumptions, for example, in the Housing Vancouver strategy. To what extent did you place these plans that came out of the prior vision decade? How did you balance them against the many decades and tradition legacy of community planning in the city?
Well, I believe that the plans that you're referring to are outdated, and they certainly don't rise to meet the challenges that the city faces today. We are in an affordability crisis. We are in a climate crisis. Kitsilano plan itself dates from the 70s. So I don't believe those plans are relevant to the urban context that we find ourselves in today, nor the challenges that are troubling Vancouver and that we're struggling to find answers to.
Well, again, it'll be interesting to see what the public have to say about that.